Hey YouTube, what's going on? And welcome back to Cairo and his things. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to order a Convoy flashlight. I've had this video requested a few different times now, and I do understand it can be a bit confusing since Convoy doesn't have a direct website that you can just order off of. They don't seem to have a direct store on Amazon, so it can get a little bit confusing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So the first thing is, to order directly from Convoy, you have to do it from AliExpress. I understand that not everyone is familiar or comfortable ordering from AliExpress. I was not initially when I first started getting into flashlights either, but if you want to order a Convoy flashlight, this is how you do it. This is directly from the manufacturer in China. Simon of Convoy, Simon's the owner, he's on AliExpress. So you see here I typed in Convoy. Now, one thing I want to show you here is, see here, as we see on listings, we see different Convoy flashlights, and you probably think, oh, well, these are all the same. But you'll see that underneath the listing, Convoy Flashlight Store, this one says Convoy LED Flashlight Store. This one says Convoy Flashlight Parts Store. So we're seeing a number of different listings, some even that are just completely different. The only one that is official directly from Simon that I can confirm is Convoy Flashlight Store. So when this is what you want to click on right here, you want to go directly to and you want to say right here, Convoy Flashlight Store in the top left. If it says anything different, go back and get yourself over to here. So once we're here, now this is almost like being on Convoy's direct website, if you will. This is as close as you can get. So this is the direct to Simon. And if you ever had any issues, there is a contact button over here. If you were to click this and then sign in, you're going to have to make a profile anyways if you're going to be ordering. But if you sign in, you can actually contact Simon directly if you have any questions. He's really good about messaging back. Usually gets back within 24 hours. Keep in mind he is in China, so he may be up to 12 hours off of your time. Now, something I will tell you with the way that the store is set up, if we just scroll down here on the main page, excuse me, we can see that it's kind of set up a little bit more for enthusiasts, right? So it's not like if you just went on like Olight's store and everything is set up for people, like it's already set up in a way where it's not customizable really. You just order what you want. Versus this, where you can order the parts directly. Like, I mean, you're seeing emitters on here. We're seeing a PCB board. We're seeing different styles of flashlight that come with different options. AR coating glass. I mean, there's a number of different things. So even once you find yourself here, if you're fairly new to flashlights, to the hobby, or if you've just never built or customized a flashlight before, this can still be quite overwhelming. So hopefully we can break this down a little bit today and make this a little bit easier and more comfortable for you to be able to order directly from Convoy. Okay, so here is my recommendation if you're new to this. Let's come over here on the top left, we have products. Okay, and so once we click on products, you'll see that we have different series of lights. If you don't already understand the different series, probably the easiest option to start with would be to scroll down the left here until you get to the battery type you want. Because the thing is, if you sort by battery type, then you're basically sorting by size. Okay, so it's like, that if you go with a AA, AAA, 14500 series light, one of those, that you're going to likely be getting a small flashlight. If you go with an 18650, you're going to be getting more of a medium size. If you go with a 21700, you're going to be getting a large, but usually still potentially pocketable depending on the head size. But as long as you have at least a general understanding of the type of size lights that you usually get with these battery types, this, in my opinion, is probably the easiest way to go. So I'd say probably the most popular is going to be 18650 because it's right in the middle of the road. Usually you can pocket it as long as it doesn't have a big old head on it, something like that. So let's go to 18650. And so now what that pulls us up to is best match. You can sort by what lights have the most orders. So we can see that the S2 with SST20 is the one that has the most sales on it. We can sort by new, or we can sort by price up and down. Now, it's very different on prices here, where you can go all the way up to $91 and see this might be 18650, but it takes 4 of them, so that's a bigger light, obviously. On the opposite side here, though, we're down at a pretty base model. So anyways, so we've got 18650 lights up here, and you can see just by, you know, the naked eye here that that's obviously a larger light. That's not pocketable. And if that's something that you're looking for, awesome. But if you're looking for something that fits in your pocket, you know, we're going to keep looking here. So basically from here, after sorting by battery size, I'm going to help you to understand what some of these key terms are. So for one, you might find a flashlight on here that just says that it's the host. So let me come back here. Let me just go to Store Home to try to show you a better example of this. Now keep in mind, I haven't been on the website for a little bit here, but I do kind of know my way around it. Let's see if we can find just a host. Let's see here. Usually they're on the very cheaper side, so let's go back to products, and let's just go to price on the low side. And you see when I went down on price on all products and I sorted by low price, we're getting a ton of parts now. We should be getting close to a host here soon. Okay, so I'll tell you what. I'm not seeing any immediately, and I'm not going to make you sit here and listen to me pretty much in silence as I scroll through this forever looking for a host. But I have noticed that sometimes when I'm looking for a flashlight, you know, especially when I was newer to this, I found a flashlight I thought was interesting. It was at a really good price, and then I realized it said host on the description. Oh, here we go, right here. Convoy C8 black flashlight host. Perfect. Okay, so you're like, wow. $13, you know, it's got that big fat head on it, takes an 18650, you know, this is a well-known light to be a good thrower, you know, hey, great. But see here it says no LED or driver. That's because the host is literally just the body. So that's what I'm saying. This is set up a bit more for enthusiasts or people who kind of know what they're doing with this stuff, where if you're looking to customize your light, you know, you may be wanting to customize what all parts you put in this. And so people will buy the host and then build it out with what parts they want. So you've got to be cautious. If you're going to order something on here, you need to read the title and description to know what you're getting into, okay? So anyways, let's go back to 18650. Sorry I wasted a little bit of extra time there, but another thing is if it doesn't list with battery, so like for example right here, when we click on this one, see how it says with 18650 battery inside. It even shows a picture of battery, and Simon clearly lists on the picture with 18650 battery. He goes out of his way to make sure you know this comes with a battery, right? If it does not say that, it does not come with a battery, okay? And one thing to note is the majority of Convoy flashlights, you know, spare a couple, do not have onboard USB-C recharging. Most of them are where you take the battery out of the light and recharge it in a battery charger, which in my opinion, as you get further into it, it just gets easier to do that yourself anyways. But he even sells some battery chargers on here that it literally might be like 99 cents or something like that if you just need one. And all the way up to probably like $10 or so for a multi-bay battery charger. But he's got some really cheap ones on here that'll do all the basic battery sizes. So anyways, so let's say that, you know, you came to this, and I'm just using an example here, but, you know, you want something that you can fit in your pocket. You want something that's got a good quality emitter, you know, maybe something that's either balanced or a little bit more floody than throwy, you know, whatever, something like that, right? So if that's what you have in mind, we're on the 18650. Hey, that's a good size. We're going to get good battery life out of it. And we know that we want with battery, unless, of course, you already have batteries. But if you're new to this, you probably need to get one with battery, so you're not trying to go on a battery site and order 18650 separate when you can get them right here. Okay? So you're going to need to get a battery charger with it, too. We do have One second here as I read a little bit of my notes. Yeah, so we do have multiple listings that will also that will look like they're the same. For example, you'll see multiple listings of Convoy S2 Plus, and you're like, oh, that's a popular flashlight. That's one that I know that I can get that's 18650 fit in my pocket. But the thing is, not all listings of the Convoy S2 Plus are the same. To give you a better example, we've got two right here just on this main page where they come with different things. So it's so important to read the titles on these Convoy lights. So see where this says Convoy S2 Plus with KP CSLNM 1.F1 green light. So that means this comes with a very, very narrow high throw beam in it. It's an OSRAM, and it's going to be colored green. So that is a very specific one in need. So unless you're looking for a green lightsaber, that's probably not what you're looking for, right? So you're like, oh, I found a Convoy S2 Plus. Well, make sure you read the title. Whereas down here, we've got a Convoy S2 Plus with XPO high inside, which is a good balanced beam, right? And down here, we've got a whole different one. So anyways, so we're on battery size type. Now we've got a little bit of better understanding of how important it is to read these titles to know, okay, this isn't just a host. This isn't something that's missing parts. It's the whole battery, or excuse me, it's the whole flashlight, and it likely comes with a battery, you know, if I made sure that it does. And now I need to make sure that it has the emitter choices that I want. Okay, so let's come down here and look for a different Convoy S2, maybe something a bit more balanced and beam. Okay, here we go. Convoy S2 Plus LH351D. That is the same beam profile you're going to get out of something like a Workhorse FC11. So really common, popular, well-balanced beam, right, on the floody side. So now once you're in here, you can change your emitting color. So the further up in number is going to be the colder white that it is. The further down is going to be the warmer, more yellowish tint that you get. So if you choose something like 4000K, you're going to be right in the middle. If you choose 5700 plus, you're going to be on that cold white. If you choose 3500 and especially 2700K, you're going to be getting down into those rosy tints, sometimes very orange tints. So if you want something in the middle, 4000, 5000, something like that. And now, see, not all of these do this, but this one offers multiple different color options. Keep in mind the price here. We're at $19.24 on a black body. Let's change it to Scion. That price just changed. So not all colors are equal price. And then some of these lights, when you click on them, will have multiple emitter options as far as what emitter you get in it. Not all emitter prices are equal. So let's say you want to go with that Scion, that real light blue with 4000K. We're at 2126. Battery type is already chosen. And then we have size, which is 4 modes and 12 groups. To give you a very brief description here, 4 mode is really, really simple. This is extremely, extremely beginner friendly. Okay. So on 4 modes, you get Moonlight, Low, Medium, and Turbo. And it does also have temp management. This is noob friendly. This is if you do not want anything with options, you just want your very basic, basically a low, medium, high with a moonlight on it. This is your go-to. If you want a bit more options, 12 groups, which is what I personally usually get. This offers you 12 different sets of user interfaces basically, and you can switch by doing a certain amount of presses on the tail switch. You can then switch between which user interface option you want. So you can choose one that's literally the only mode that it has. One of the 12 groups is only turbo. That's all you can get. So if you choose that setting, you'll never get anything other than turbo when you press on the light. There's another group that's got it's got like turbo, you know, high, medium, and low, but it starts from the top and works its way down. You know, so basically you choose what group you want, you choose what settings you want on it for the light. I think if we scroll down here, it might actually tell us the specific what's in the 12 groups. Yeah, right here. So these numbers all right here, These are all the different 12 options that you can choose from. So like I said, turbo only, 100% only. You could do a 110 35 100. You can do a 120 100. You could do a 135 10 1.1. I mean, there's so many options. You could do, you keep it on the standard mode where it comes with a moonlight, a low, a medium, a high, a turbo, and a strobe, a biking, a battery check. So it's like 12 groups gives you a lot more customization. But if you're very uncomfortable, very new to this, 4 modes is just your very, very basic moonlight, low, medium, turbo. And I mean, you're good to go. So that is the basics of how to order a flashlight on here. You just have to kind of know what you're looking for. And I'm just trying to help give some warning indicators basically, so that you don't end up just ordering a host, so that you don't end up ordering something that's way off of emitter that you want. If you want a floody light and you end up clicking on this listing right here of the S2 Plus, you're going to get a green lightsaber instead, you know? So you just have to be careful and kind of know what you're looking for, but you have to have at least some kind of idea of what size lights you want and whatever. Right? So, and I'll do one more. Let's say that you're looking for a straight up throwing flashlight. You don't care if it fits in your pocket. You just want something with a strong throwy beam for as good of a price as you can get. Okay? My personal recommendation is either go with the C8 series or the L21 series. So if you click on L21 here, now we have a number of different options. These are all very similar models. You have L21A and L21B, but you see we have a lot of different listings here. So if you're new to this, obviously you're going to want one with a battery listing. And I know that you can't see all the way to the right side of the screen here, but there is one more set of listings to the right of what I'm able to capture on this screen capture. But so we see here some of these do have battery options. And so you just want to go with as throwy of emitters you can get. So for example, let's go to an L21B. And let's see how this one right here, it's got all the emitters listed. So you got a bunch that you can choose from, right? So if I click on this, now you have a number of different OSRAM emitters you can pick. And you'll see the price changes pretty drastically. Well, most of them are pretty close until you get up to like something like a Culp M1, which is actually, this is what I have on my L21B. Pretty strong, got real good spill to it. But yeah, so you have different options here that you can choose from, and then you can choose which group you want. Okay. Let's scroll up a little bit and see what we had up here. So we have, let's see if we got an SFT90. There should be at least one, I think. Unless they're all sold out. Let me just search that in the... over here to the right of this contact now, which you can't see in the screen, there's a search in the store. If you go to search something, don't do it up here. That brings up all AliExpress. What you want to do is search in this little search bar that's just to the right of contact now. So I'm going to search SFT90. And nothing came up. Okay, so let me try this a different way. Let me go to like the 4x18. Okay. Oh, SBT90. That's why I'm typing it in wrong. Whoop. And see what I just did there? I accidentally just typed in on all AliExpress. Don't want to do that. I'm going to go back over to this other search bar. Oh, okay. That still didn't bring it up. All right. Let's go back to where we just were. Here we go. So 4x18. And see, this comes with an SBT90. Very, very strong beam. Comes with 4 18650 batteries. I could choose my different color. So if I want to go with blue, and it's real simple. And that one comes with the battery. So if you want just an insanely strong beam coming out of that, and you don't care about it fitting in your pocket, there you go, $91. There's a little buy now option right over here. So the only thing, you just got to make sure you're on Convoy Flashlight store. Make sure that you read the title well. And then when you click into it, then make sure that you have your options shows the way you want. And then my other recommendation is, if you're new to this and you're getting some batteries, get a battery charger. You can either get them straight here from Simon while you're doing it, or you can just get it from another website. Let's see what he's got. See if it'll show up in his search bar or not. Yep, here we go. Okay, so like this right here. Wow, it's showing $7. But yeah, it's showing $2 right here. I don't know what the deal is with that. Let me try a different one. $7. Okay. Here we go. $2.79. So, and look at this charger. It charges 21,700, 18,650, 26,650s, 16,340. I don't even know that battery size. But anyways, so it charges all your main ones right there. All of your main lithiums that you usually get. I'd say 21,700, 18,650 are the two really big ones that you mainly see. But for $2, all. Oh, okay. You guys see that? So as you click on the different pictures, it's bringing up different options here. So now I see what's up. Okay. So that's $2.79 for that 18650 battery, which is actually not bad. But so it's $6 for charger and battery. So worst case scenario, if the light doesn't come with a battery, you know, if you saw that you had an option you liked, it didn't show with battery, you can see here if you click through these, you can get one that comes with the battery. Or there should be an option though that comes without. Go back to this guy right here. So for $7, this one's not bad actually. But yeah, so get a battery charger, get whatever you need. But this is hopefully a little bit helpful. I know I kind of babbled on a little bit because I'm kind of searching through this at the same time that I'm just trying to talk to you. So I apologize about that. But I'm hoping that if ordering a Convoy flashlight has been a little bit confusing for you, maybe you did find your way to the Convoy flashlight store, but you got on here and felt like it was a little bit confusing or overwhelming. I hope this helped a little bit. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll do my absolute best to answer them, you know, if you run into any issues when trying to order. And of course, like I said, you know, if you want to speak to Simon directly, if you hit contact now, usually you get a response within 24 hours. So thanks so much for watching and have a great day.